Hi, baby. You know, I've been up cleaning for like 2.5 hours or so. It's time for me to live stream. It's time for me to take a break. Heck, actually, it's not. I wouldn't call this a break per se, but we gotta do that. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's see here. Share my information real quick. And that's that. Let's see. What is it, baby? Hey, you. Oh, let me get my shoes out of your way. I got myself some new comfy shoes to wear around the house. I love these, man. I'm not sponsoring them, but they're Adidas. Super comfy. And they come in so many different colors. Hi, Falco. How's it going? How's your day going? Hope you're doing grand, tabulous. I'm going to share my information as per usual, and we'll get started. Hi. Ooh, hi, Lemon Star Dog. What brings you to go live? You know, I started live streaming last January, mid-January, because, I mean, when I started getting serious about my channel, which was after I watched I was recovering from a heroin addiction, okay? And I was watching a lot of recovery content because it was very helpful. And there were comments saying, we need more of this stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll contribute. Because I have experience with addiction. Why not turn something that was ugly into something that is good? That it can actually help people and benefit people with addictions. So I started doing that. And 3 years ago, right after, like, I don't know how long it was, like after I, got clean, but it was probably a couple months or 1 or 2 months after I kicked the monkey off my back. And so it took me 3 years or so to get up to 422 subscribers of just shorts and videos. My videos didn't get that many views, which I kind of expected, for someone who's just starting. It can take 5 years or more for YouTubers to actually, make any difference or for the algorithm to like them. So, and I don't think I was able to live stream. I wasn't, they didn't let me, you're not able to live stream at a certain point, or you're able to live stream at a certain point. I wasn't able to at first, but then I looked at it last January, mid-January, and I saw that, hey, I can live stream. So I started live streaming, and my subscriber count shot up from 422. Now we're up to 8,100 or 200. I'm gonna guess 8,200, but I can quickly look that up. I forget to sometimes. But I hope you guys are doing good. How are you doing, brother? I hope we don't talk too much about politics tonight. It brings a lot of hairs. You're right about that. You're right. Yeah, we won't. I'm just not going to engage with the haters, for one thing. I might roll my eyes. I might, but I'm going to do my best to not engage them, because honestly, I don't give a singular shit about them. I really don't. Sometimes I just rant. That's it. It doesn't really affect me too much. It's annoying. It's very annoying, and I'm sure it annoys a lot of you too. It is futile. We know what we know. So share my information. I forgot to check my Instagram, my Discord, friend requests and messages, and see if I got anything there. Someone offered to commission me for painting. So I don't know. I'll look that up too in a minute. Actually, I should write that down. Remind myself. I'm certain that it's undiagnosed ADHD. That runs in my family like no one's business. I've never taken Adderall or anything like that. It's just raw dog in it. Be right back. Hey, baby. Hey, you're big and strong. You know how to jump. By the way, my dog Shando has a vet appointment tomorrow. They're gonna sedate him because, like I said, I went to the dentist. My dad drove me there, and Shando came along for the ride. It was really close by, though, so I walked home. As soon as I enter the door, I hear the loudest freaking crash. I thought, I don't know, I was like, oh boy, Shando. He comes upstairs, trailing blood behind him. And I find that he dragged this huge desk, man. It's a big fucking desk. He dragged this desk around the room to get to me and made everything on it crash. Glass objects, fucking A. And he came running upstairs to me with blood trailing behind him, and he managed. Thing is, my dad didn't take off his leash when he got home, which he should have done. He got caught up, and his toenail, his claw got snagged, and it's not like it wasn't a laceration or anything like I thought it was at first. His claw got slightly torn, like slightly ripped off. Not ripped off all the way or even halfway, just a little bit. But it was enough to induce some blood leakage. Hey, buddy. What? What is it, hon? I've been cleaning and making his food. He got chicken and pumpkin puree and beef and apple toast. And he enjoyed it, but he can't eat anymore. He can't eat anymore because he's going to be, put under. And we don't want him puking on, choking on puke or anything. He's not a very pukey dog, but just in case. Yes, yeah, you never want to do that. Let's see, I'll share my info. If you guys want to check out my artwork, it's on Instagram, ANNA.KATRINA.art. What is it, baby? Don't be a baby. Hey, don't be a baby, honey. Now, you know how. We're not doing that. It's almost 9. All right. Oh, what is it, buddy? What? You want to see my boy? Oh, let's improve that light a little bit. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious, I know. Your coat is looking better. Yeah? With your medicine? Oh my goodness, I better go see what he needs in a second. And I better go get his meds because I left them on the kitchen counter. Don't want anything happening to those. Emerald, like the gemstone, my Discord. Emerald _wing, like the butterfly wing _13473. Okay, I think that's it. And I will pin that for what it's worth. Hi. I need to eat more, huh? Yeah, well, I've always been skinny, man. I had a burrito and 2 eggs for dinner. It was a green chili beef burrito and a couple eggs with tahini and sour cream. It was really good. Yeah, I understand. I understand his way. Yeah, I mean, I'm not offended or anything like that. Don't worry, don't get it twisted. I'm not offended. I'm just letting you know that's just, I've always been pretty lean, I've never been over 110 pounds in my life, ever. It's usually between like 105, 110. Which, yeah, I know if, it's underweight. But I'm very small boned. I know, but I know I'm a little too skinny. I mean, you're right. But I don't want to eat to the point of discomfort. I don't like to do that. I eat more than Asmongold. I remember watching one of Asmongold's streams and him mentioning that at one point he was 108 pounds. And you know how tall that guy is? I'm like, no way, he's got to be short. Because, dude, that's underweight for me. That's around what I weigh. So I looked it up, How tall is Asmongold? Between like 6'1" and 6'3". I mean, that's impossible. I think he meant 128. Even that would be very underweight for a dude, and very underweight for a dude that's over 6 feet. So, yeah, I think he misspoke, man. There's no way he was 108 pounds. There's absolutely no way. You know, if I look like this at around that, you know, that's just no. That's crazy. I know, right? He said he was 108 pounds at one point. And the thing is, I eat more than him. He was talking about his diet. He finds eating tedious. He's always been a skinny guy, and that's the thing with a lot of skinny people. Most of the time, eating just gets in the way. It's tedious, which isn't good. You know, I mean, it's your brain needs fuel and sustenance. And I have dealt with eating disorders because I have control issues. Or I had control issues. Not as much, but I used to really, you know. My mother was a little controlling throughout my younger years. So, yeah, kind of resulted in that. I didn't even know what an eating disorder was when I developed one. You know, I just thought, yeah, I'm like, ever since I was 9, I'm like, I'm gonna, right before bed, I'm laying in bed, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna start a new routine. I'm gonna be like military, get up, go for a jog, make a delicious breakfast that's very healthy, like no additives, no preservatives, nothing like that. I'm just gonna try to be as healthy as possible ever since I was like 9. And it kind of resulted in, yeah, I didn't realize I had developed an eating disorder at that point when I was really young, until someone noticed how skinny I was getting. And so, you know, now, I mean, I'm 35 and I eat very, very healthy. I eat as much as I can take. And I tend to not eat lunch though. And I don't really eat between meals. Sometimes I do, like a piece of fruit every now and then or whatever. But usually it's like big breakfast, big dinner, and I try to drink a lot of water too. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I eat a really big breakfast and a big dinner, which is a lot, you know. Again, that's more than what Asmongold eats, apparently. That's crazy. Yeah, he'll just like, nah, I don't want to. I just want to get back to my streaming and my gaming. I get that. I'm skinny too, and I eat a lot, but I don't gain weight. Yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I do eat a lot when I do eat, you know, which is twice a day, which, you know, I've heard is pretty healthy. Yeah, it's healthy to intermittently fast, and I don't eat like that every day. Sometimes I have 3 meals a day. I only eat when I'm hungry. Only when I'm hungry. It's the only time I ever think about it, you know? Unless someone, you know, shoves a piece of food up into my face and I'm like, oh, that smells good, you know? Unless I go to a friend's house and they're offering something, I'm going to have some. You know, if someone offers me something, I'll have it, but I don't think about it until I'm hungry, which I think is good. You know, that's the way one should operate. It's fuel. Take care of your health and eat healthy food and don't care about other people's opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's weird how skinny shaming is just mainstream okay. But if you're to, you know, tell someone that they're too fat, it's going to cause an uproar among a lot of people. You know, people are going to get super offended. That's not fair. It's not right. I didn't like Meghan Trainor's lyrics and like, all about that bass, skinny bitches. It doesn't go like that, but there is a part of that song where she basically says skinny bitches or something like that. I forget, but because I never cared for her music, and I think frankly a lot of people don't like her anymore. She's a hypocrite. She, as soon as Ozempic comes out, she jumps on the bandwagon. It's all about what's lucrative for her, you know? Now she talks about her new boobs. You. I mean, it's not you, it's just cringe. How old am I? 35. Compulsive eating is such a terrible problem to have, too, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, and it's, I mean, there's just so much excess, and it's a big problem in America. I mean, the thing is, when the average becomes most of the people you see being fat or overweight, I should say, you're gonna perceive that as normal. If that, you know, I mean, it is kind of the average American is kind of chubby. I don't know about like obese, but definitely a little overweight. And there are a lot of people in this country who are obese. So like, if you see a skinny person, you're gonna think, oh, they need to eat. They're starving to death, you know. I know I'm underweight though. A little bit. No, it's not that bad. I have color in my complexion. I have energy. Dude, like, the dog got out of the house the other day when I was taking out the recycling. And Shanda was such a good boy. The thing is, Shanda wanted to come with me. And I'm like, okay. So I let him come, no leash or anything. He pretty much sticks by my side. Doesn't leave the yard. As soon as I got back, bringing in the recycling, the other dog, a Goldador, just rips out of the house, runs down across the street into the neighbor's yard, all the way down the block, and I have to go running after him. I ran like the fucking wind to get that dog, and I caught him, you know. My dad told me he saw me running just the other day with Shando outside to get, you know, run to the car all the way down the block. And my dad told me, like, I wish I was that athletic, you know, I wish I could run that fast or whatever. And so, yeah, I mean, a lot of people think I'm healthy, you know. Yes, I'm just very, I'm very lean. I've always been so. Beautiful, are you high? No, I'm not high. I have the opposite problem, too easy to gain weight. Yeah, it's kind of like, on my dad's side, it's easy to gain weight. On my mom's side, people are generally lean. Hello, Sigourney. Oh, she's one of my favorite actresses. Am I? Oh, yeah, I'm single, but I'm not here for dating, honestly. Be well, you're free. I mean, I'd like to be in a relationship someday, but it's kind of a happenstance. I have to have chemistry with them. I have to like the way they smell, and I like, you know, I hope I run into a funny guy, because I really enjoy a good sense of humor, you know? Someone who can help me to not take myself so seriously sometimes. You know, it doesn't take much either. Sometimes, like, even if I'm feeling really down, if someone really nice, you know, someone I care about, tells a funny joke or something to lighten up the mood, it'll induce a genuine smile from me, you know, and I'll even laugh sometimes, even if I'm not feeling it at first. If you answer my question, I'll send you a Cash App. Hotspot Casino. What was your question? Am I single? Oh, yeah, I just did answer. But usually when people offer money like that, they don't mean it. And I'm not here to, you know, beg. You guys can, you know, support the channel, or, you know, just by subscribing, just by liking, or just by watching, you know, or anything. You know, it's just anything helps, anything matters to me, you know. And if you think that if you really like my content and you think it, you know, deserves a little, you know, something, then I really appreciate it. But it's, you know, I'm not like trying to make anyone feel like they have to help me, you know. I'm trying to stay persistent, and I'm gonna try to start fresh next month. and live stream. Try to live stream more, like every day. Maybe I'll take 1 day per week off instead of like, I mean, this month it's been like, I've been taking like 2 or 3 days off per week, and that really does kind of set me back. Okay. Thank you very much, Hotspot Casino. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Kept your word. Do you prefer here or Cash App? Oh, anything works, man. Anything works. Yeah. I mean, YouTube does take out like 30% of it. So that's why I have like Cash App and PayPal. And also so that people, in case people want to buy a painting from me, they can use that. You know, if you'd like to commission me for a painting. Oh, I should turn on my light. What am I doing? I'm just kind of flailing here. Let's see. Let me show you some of my paintings. Oh, yeah. I'll show you the big one. Yeah, there's one. It comes from a photograph I took downtown. So I saw this guy approaching him with his 2 dogs. Semi-abstracted it because I like the expressionists and post-impressionists. But so I saw these 2 men in their wheelchairs. They appeared to be veterans, and they were just so happy to see each other. And I thought it was such a beautiful composition and sight. I took out my phone and snapped, and it resulted in the best photo I've ever taken. It's black and white. It's on my Instagram. I think I'd like to be a photographer someday. Like, I really enjoy taking photos. I have an eye for composition. I don't mean to toot my horn. That's one of my very few skills. But yeah, that's oil on panel. This is the painting I created from that photo. So there's that. I don't know. I want you guys to see some of the detailing there. You know, thinking like, I'm very inspired by Toulouse-Lautrec. If you've seen some of his work, he's one of my favorite artists of all time. By the way, did anyone hear the sad news? I mean, I think a lot of us have. I mean, I think everyone has heard that Dolly Parton has passed away. But on the very same day, yesterday, Tim Curry just passed away. He was Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah. One of my favorites. Thank you very much, EOD. This is the second time I have ran across your live stream by chance. I do find something about your aura that makes me want to help, even though it's a small way. Wishing you the best. Thank you. Thank you so much, EO Dan. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. Here's a painting of someone I know. This is kind of a dark background, so the light's going to reflect a bit much there, but there you go there. I saw him wearing a dandelion, and you know, having a dandelion in his hat. He's just walking around looking like this, and I'm like, hey, dude, can I paint you? I'm like, that's I don't know why, but it just looked really sweet. Here's a watercolor, John Steinbeck. I show you guys this one a lot because it's right there, but this is one of my favorites. It's watercolor and charcoal on paper. My favorite writer of all time. And here's one I show you guys every time. This is my best friend. He passed away. It's oil on panel. I like to work with this size too. This is a nice size, I think. Nice size for selling, for commissions. I can do portraits, landscapes, animals, like pet portraits, that kind of stuff. Oh, Mason. Wait, what the hell, Mason? What are you doing? Why are you doxing yourself, man? Sorry, man. I mean, thing is, I don't want to block you or anything. I just want to delete that message because you're doxing yourself. Alright. Oh my god, dude. You shouldn't do that. I'm looking out for your safety. I'm not trying to offend you by doing this, okay? But I'm gonna Mason, what was your message before? What the hell are you doing? Sorry, I'm gonna delete that. Remove. What the fuck are you doing, man? That's not good. You could be sharing someone else's address for all I know. And good God. How many of these have you spammed? Who's the guy who did the illustrations for Fire and Ice? That's my favorite artist. I know who you're talking about. Like He-Man? Are you talking about He-Man? Oh, man. Got this stubborn zit on my face. That zit just won't go away like the other ones. Okay, let's see. Fire and Ice. I think you're talking about He-Man. I think they're making a live-action He-Man movie. I forget who plays him. I don't know if it's anyone I know, actually. Yeah, oh yeah. Ralph Bakshi's my favorite animator. I knew I recognized that name, yeah. That is so good. That is so good. It's only got 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I think Rotten Tomatoes might be full of it. You know? If they're gonna rate the Odyssey like some higher than the Lord of the Rings, then we have a problem. I wonder how much it would cost to send a painting to Brazil. I wonder. I don't know. So far, all of my clients who've commissioned me so far since January, like 3, it's been, usually they live across the United States. But so I'm not sure how much that would be. Let me see. And it was expensive, man. It was like $40 for shipping to like a painting to, I forget which state, but it was the East Coast. It was insane. I wasn't expecting it to be that much because the package is super light too. It was not even a canvas or a panel. It was a watercolor on a paper. So it was expensive, alright. But it did have the frame though. Let me see. How much to ship a package to Brazil from Oregon? Okay, at least $15 to $20 is the starting cost to ship a small, lightweight package under 4 pounds. Well, yeah, what the hell then? Why did they charge me $40? That was under 10 pounds, man. That was under 5 pounds what I sent. I think did they scam me, man? Did the fucking post office scam me? Because, seriously, they say at least $15 to $20 is the starting cost to ship a small, lightweight package under 4 pounds from Oregon to Brazil using basic international mail. Let's look up the East Coast then. I'll put in Minnesota. I mean, I guess that's kind of the East Coast. Shipping a small lightweight pack, yeah, $6 to $12. Yeah, I think, wow, dude. Heavier and bulkier boxes trigger dimensional weight pricing, raising costs significantly. God, fucking heck. I mean, it was a box, but it was super freaking light. It was under 5 pounds, I know that. I wonder how much it would, oh yeah. Oh my gosh, Mason's gotta go. That's not good. What do you think I'm gonna do? Drive down to your place? I don't even drive. I wish I could. I've lived with a bit of a phobia, or not phobia, but just a fear of messing up. I'm afraid of driving, but I'm gonna learn. That's freedom. That's a good tool. Even if I don't drive all the time, I might have to someday. So I'm planning on getting my learner's permit and doing that. I know I'm 35 and I can't drive, but at least I'm not a virgin. Oh boy. But yeah, it's kind of important. And again, I was homeschooled. I was never pressured to do that. It's not an excuse, it's just a fact. all, you know, I grew up with 8 siblings. All of them pretty much, you know, like most of them know how to drive because it's kind of like my dad can only teach one of us at a time. And I'm usually the one, I'm kind of laid back in that sense. I'm like, okay, you go first. I can wait. But at the same time, the fear builds up, my sense of incompetence builds up. I start to doubt myself, you know, as I get older. It doesn't feel fresh. It feels like, I don't know, thinking about being a deer in headlights when someone at the intersection just is looking at their phone and then they end up just going and then I'm like, whoa, shit, you know. It's kind of scary. I've always been afraid of that. In fact, I used to predict that or think that if I were to die prematurely, it would probably be in a car accident because those are so common and I'm afraid of it. But you got so many idiots on the road. I mean, it's not that I don't think that I'd be incapable of driving, but it's hard when it's hard to contend with the idea that, or just the fact that people are on their phones so much that they, regardless of what the law says, people are going to look at their phones while they're driving. It's super annoying. What would you think about guys with long hair? My first serious relationship with this was a guy with long hair. I don't mind it. Some guys it suits them, some guys it doesn't. Just like my short hair suits me. Some women, it suits some women and it doesn't suit others. Jason Momoa probably looks better with long hair. You know, my first serious relationship was an Asian man with long hair. His hair was like yay long, and my hair was this short. For most of it. I mean, for most of my life, most of my adult life, my hair was this short. Yeah. I just do what makes me comfortable and what I like. And what looks good on me, too. Yeah, I think long hair on men is fine. Most people get mad at me about it. Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? When people care too much about how you like to wear your hair, you know? It's not like I have a spiky mullet. Hey, that might look cool, though. But yeah, it's annoying when people are hypercritical of little things like that. It doesn't affect them in any way. What are you thinking? Are you thinking about, like, were you thinking about dating me and then I did something to disappoint you? Like, what the hell, you know? But yeah, people like to do that. They like to nitpick. Your hair is shorter, you always look great. Thank you, deleted user. My favorite movie of all time with Tim Curry is Legend, where he plays Darkness. I've actually never seen that, but I'll write it down. I'll check it out. I like writing down your suggestions. Well, let me get my notebook. One second. Yeah, guys, I've been running around all day. You know, that can definitely affect the demeanor a little bit. You know, sometimes I'm just run down. Sometimes I have energy. Sometimes I don't. Okay? Just because one day I don't have energy, the next day I do, doesn't mean I'm on drugs or anything. That's offensive. You know, people are pretty dynamic. You know, our personalities aren't just one. You just one thing. We're not just the same way every day. You know, we act differently depending on who we're with or what time it is or what's going on in our lives, situation. You know, I've been up and about and cleaning all fucking day. And I won BioShock, by the way. That's a good movie. Tim Curry, Legend. Okay, I'll see if I can find that. He's a good voice actor. He's been in a lot of cartoons. You could roll up the painting and place it in tube packing. That's not a bad idea. I mean, I do like to present it in a nice frame if it's like watercolor on paper. And just in case they bend the package or something, that might be good. But yeah, rolling it up, that's probably not a bad idea, actually. Post office prices are going up. Sucks. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me one bit. I have subscribed to your Instagram yesterday. Oh, thank you. Let me see if I can check that. Actually, I'll do it later. But I'm gonna write down a reminder because I don't want to get too behind here. Let's see. Check Instagram and Discord. Yep, Shando has an appointment tomorrow. Do you know that Jesus Christ created you? Yes, I'm a Catholic. Can you shave your head? You will look so good. Oh, thank you. I have before. I have buzzed my head, and it felt really good in the summertime. But let me just let me show you guys. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. I'll show you a photo of myself when I had my head shaved. Aw, my sister's kids are so cute. Alright. Oh, well, there you go. I mean, it's not bald. It's been a little bit shorter than that, but here's a photo of Shando and me waiting for the train. You see, he sits, he rushes over to the corner of the platform, and he sits there like that, earnestly looking towards the train. And I'm trying to replicate his expression there. But yeah, that's me with shorter hair, much shorter hair. Yeah. I've been told I have a nicely shaped skull. A Hinterkopf. That's a term for the back of your head. Obviously, it's German. You got homeschooled? Would have never guessed. Huh. I wonder why you say that. Anyhow, homeschooled kids are known for being a little more successful than public school kids because the public school system sucks, so it's not saying much. But we're more well-read typically. We're more polite typically. But there is a setback if you don't organize social groups or anything like that. I didn't get enough socializing. So, I might mispronounce some words. I spent more time reading than talking as a kid, so there are some words I awkwardly pronounce, I have to hear people say it. But, I really enjoyed it for the most part. You get to do school in your pajamas. There's nature study where we take a journal out into the woods and we search for any natural elements that interests us, take it home, and we sketch it, we copy it, and then we research it and write down our little narration about it in our journal. That was one of my favorite things to do. Also, I mean, we didn't do this much, actually. I don't know why, but every once in a blue moon, we'd have like an art study and this was kind of rare. And it was one of my favorite subjects where we'd look at a painting, and it was usually painters my mom really liked, like Copley and realism and stuff like that. I never learned about the expressionists or anything like that as a kid. That was well into my adult life. But we'd study it. Just really studying every element every allegorical feature, and then we'd draw it. So that was a lot of fun. But I didn't start oil painting till I was 23. I'd been drawing my whole life, playing with markers and what else? I'd always get those tin art sets for Christmas with chalk and colored pencils and all this cool stuff. And they were really pretty. I'd always get that for Christmas. I'd get like 3 or 4 art sets for Christmas from my relatives when I was a kid. You will love driving. Do it ASAP. I should. Currently, my dad's actually teaching my youngest sibling how to drive, so he certainly doesn't have time to teach me, but maybe I can pay for it. I don't know. I mean, it'd be, I don't know. Actually, I don't really have that. I'm not gonna, I'll wait. Guys who wear long hair irritate me. I'm trying to see if you're hot, and then you turn around and have a whole beard. It pisses me off. Oh, okay. I mean, we all have preferences and types, man. It's just, as long as people are happy and comfortable and healthy, that's all that matters. And, you know, not hurting other people, not throwing other people under the bus, all that jazz. I can't take anyone who doesn't leave their house serious. You don't know me, Zelda. I leave the house all the time. You don't know me at all. You don't know what I do before this. Okay, I'm done with this person. You can't let it hold you back. People are always going to be people. You do you. Get behind the wheel. Don't let it hold you back. Thank you. I don't have like agoraphobia or anything like that. That's the fear of leaving the house. I don't have that. You know? Even though I watch a lot of true crime, I don't do that. I leave the house as much as I possibly can. Shando, for the longest time now, has had shell shock from the 4th of July. And I know that was like a month ago. But yeah, 2 months ago even. Yeah, he's really still struggling with that. I have to ask someone if they can drive me all the way down to the train station and then they can drop us off there. But he's still having a hard time. He's got a memory like an elephant, guys. He really does. He's a big, smart dog. So, he also has paw issues right now. He has hyperkeratosis, and his claw got snagged off because, again, I've said this before, when we got home, I walked home instead of, asking for a drive. Shando got to go for the ride. He was wearing his leash. When I walked home and went through the door and got through the door, I heard a loud crash. Shando came up, trailing blood behind him. Apparently my dad didn't take his leash off when he got home, and it got snagged, and his claw got snagged, and it ripped off partially. So he was bleeding everywhere. His paw's not good. So he's going to the vet tomorrow. It's scheduled for tomorrow. I took him there the other day. Wasn't able to, I tried to schedule it for today, but, I have to have a drive because we can't walk. So, we had someone come over today, and my sibling had to be driven to the doctor yesterday. So we couldn't do that. We had to schedule it for tomorrow. And he will be sedated, and they will whittle his claw down until it's can grow in a healthy way. Hey, shout out to Cleo Torres. How are you doing? Most introverts are low energy. Well, man, I don't know if you know that. That's just what people perceive. Actually, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. We may seem low energy in situations that are that extroverts like, in very, very just busy and crowded situations. We might seem low energy because we, kind of keep to ourselves. And if there's a dog down there, we're instantly going to go for him and pet him. But that's not true at all, because once we're in our comfort zone, once we're at home with our video games and maybe a close friend we're familiar with or whatever, then our energy immediately goes up. It's like, It's like when I was at work, I could only take so much, so talking and to people and socializing, engaging with different people, new people all day long. It's just constant work mode, you know, and it's not necessarily my comfort zone, but I do it anyway because it's my job and I have to. And yeah, so by the end of the day, I'm pretty exhausted, just socially exhausted. And as soon as I get home, I'm thinking, I'm probably going to crash out. I'm probably just going to fall asleep immediately. But no, as soon as I get home, that energy just comes back and I'm up all night. And then I don't get enough sleep for work and I'm exhausted all day working with people when I'm really quite introverted. And then it's like, yeah, it makes it so that by the time the weekend comes and I get 2 days off, I sleep the entire weekend, you know, and then towards the end of it, I'm like, oh, now I have a little bit of time to do things I like to do, you know, and I feel bad when I sleep for 2 days, but I work really hard with whatever work I'm given, you know, if I know how to do it, I work really hard at it, you know, I'll really apply myself, try to, I guess, partially seeking approval, or, you know, of course you want your boss to like you. It's not like I'm kissing ass, I just want to keep my job. Some people like to judge, they don't even know what is going on in our lives. Exactly, it's weird, isn't it? They probably never even been to my live stream before. They take one look at me and they judge. It's weird, isn't it? Weird. It's like, and it's not just things that they observe. It's like, I hate people that don't go out. Like, how do you know that? I never said I never go out. I never said I stay in the house all day, every day. Just because I don't drive doesn't mean I don't go outside. There's a train down the fucking street. I take the train. You know, I take the train. Carpool sometimes. I try to avoid asking for that unless I really need it. But yeah, Chando loves the train, by the way. Like I showed you that photo of me with the hair, you know, shorter hair, and Shando that loves that train. He loves getting on it. Have you ever heard about Tim Curry and Peter Cullen? I've never heard of Peter Cullen, but I'll look him up. He was really good in that rendition of Clue. And he was really good as the antagonist in Annie. And he was really good voice acting the antagonist in Fern Gully. And I love Fern Gully because it's got Robin Williams and Tim Curry. Some of my absolute favorites. Lunar eclipse almost in full swing on the East Coast. Oh, nice. I'll bet it's beautiful. When's your potluck event again, Anne? I remember you were excited for it. I am. It's on the 30th. It's on the 30th. Hi, Anne from Tempe, Arizona. I'm a subscriber. It's cool to see you tonight. Thank you, Cassius. I remember your name. Thank you very much. Why not lengthen your hair? I gave it a chance. I gave that a chance. I gave it like 2 years to grow. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to cut my hair off because I can't stand it. I like it this way. I don't think a lot of people can understand or comprehend why this is so much better for me. It's not just that I can pull it off or that it looks good. It looks great. I can pull it off. But ever since I wore a headgear when I was a kid, and it's one of those contraptions that you saw in Ed, and Eddie, that guy with the kid with the plank, Jimmy, I think. He had that headgear, but it's like a piece of thick fabric with a brace that's attached to a brace, and you can tighten it. And it goes into these little brackets in your teeth. It's kind of like it's a brace that you insert it into the brackets of your molars. With the braces, they have little brackets there. And it was hell on earth. I could not wear it during the day. Eventually, it got to the point where I wore it at night. Now it was pure hell. It, even to this day, even with short hair, when I lay down on my pillow, I instinctively go like this and it feels better. Because I can't stand the feeling of my hair at the back of my neck anymore. I just can't take it. I can't take it. I gave it a chance. I thought that maybe if my hair was thicker and denser, it would be better. And I think it would if that were the case. But my hair is thin and wispy. It's static. It sticks to my face. It lays flat on my head. And that's one of my better features is, you know, the roundness of my hinterkopf. It completely obscures that because it just lays flat. You know, it doesn't look as good. I have to really, really tease my hair, spend money on products. I can't make my hair look good when I grow it out. I have good hair days here and there, but like if I try to put it up a little bit because it gets in my face, I try to put it up. My scalp must be very sensitive because sometimes I break a sweat and my arms begin to burn. Like, you know, it feels like I've been lifting weights all day because I'm constantly like tearing it out, redoing it, tearing it out, redoing it, because no matter what I do, it's pulling on my scalp and it hurts like a bitch. And I don't like it. Did you know that public school teachers send their own kids to private school at twice the rates of the urban population? That doesn't surprise me, because they bear witness to how shitty it is there, you know? They're like, I don't want to send my kids here. If I ever have children, I would want to homeschool them. Likewise, my daughter was 2 years ahead when she had to back to public school. 2 years ahead. Well, that must feel good, man. That's better than being a year behind. I was always a year behind in math. Nothing wrong with homeschooling at all, man. Anyone who thinks there's something wrong is very ignorant. I'll just leave it at that. Ignorant, perhaps they're projecting, perhaps they're insecure. They have to put other people down. Or just people don't like things that are different, you know? It makes them feel uncomfortable. But homeschool kids are known for being just better read, more successful. Let me look this up. Oh, okay, I'm not just gonna say it, we're gonna look it up too. Because some people might be like, yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna look this up though. Sorry, this is my bad habit. Alright. Oh man. I just noticed that my eyeliner in that photo I just showed you was way too opaque. Let me see here. Okay, actually, I'll just look up homeschool kids versus public school statistics. Homeschool students typically score 15 to 25 percentile points higher on standardized academic tests than public school students. I'll repeat that, guys. I will gladly repeat that. Homeschooled students typically score 15 to 25 percentile points higher than standardized academic tests on standardized academic tests than public school students, though critics note that self-selection bias and socioeconomic factors can influence these comparisons. I'm sure there are a lot of factors that come into play, but bottom line is public schools suck. And I've read many, many books. And after I'd finish a book, I'd narrate the whole thing. I do reading and writing comprehension with that. Did learn the piano when I was a kid. I don't know how to play now, but I used to be able to. I used to go to recitals. So, academic performance. Standardized tests. Homeschooled students often score in the 65th to 80th percentiles compared to the public school national average at the 50th percentile. college entrance, home-educated students frequently score above average on the SAT and ACT, which I did. When I took a placement test before entering university, I got 91% in writing and 99% in reading, but very low in math. I mean, kind of average though, because most people, most Americans do score into math 60, which is basic algebra, because we forget it, and most people aren't good at math, And I think it's super annoying when people act like you're only intelligent if you're good at stuff like math, Some of the most intelligent people I've known weren't good at math. They were good at other things, though. So the caveat. Researchers note that families who opt into... Wait a minute. Sorry. I'm reading ahead here. Study findings. Proponent organizations like the National Home Education Research Institute report that a majority of peer-reviewed studies show superior academic performance among homeschoolers. The caveat. Researchers note that families who opt into formal standardized testing often have higher incomes and education levels. When demographic variables are controlled, the performance gap narrows. Demographics and growth, population size. Estimates show that over 3.4 million students were homeschooled in recent academic years, with cumulative estimates suggesting over 9 million Americans have experienced being homeschooled. Diversity. And a lot of people become homeschooled because of the bullying. That's what I usually hear. Diversity. Approximately 41% of U.S. homeschool families identify as non-white or non-Hispanic. Interesting. Consistency. Public schools provide more standardized, uniform institutional tracking, regular attendance metrics, and consistent high school graduation baselines across all socioeconomic classes. Costs and economics. Public school spending. Taxpayers spend an average of over $18,000 per pupil annually in public schools, including capital expenditures. Homeschool spending. Homeschool families spend an average of roughly $600 per student annually, largely funded out of pocket without direct reliance on local public school tax allocations. So, it's just better for taxpayers too, man. Social and adult outcomes. Higher education. Some advocacy metrics claim up to 74% of homeschooled students pursue higher education with strong college graduation rates. I'll repeat that. Some advocacy metrics claim up to 74% of homeschooled students pursue higher education with strong college graduation rates, while independent analysts on platforms like Reddit, the subreddit Homeschool Recovery, point that outcomes vary widely, and broad college enrollment rates can mirror or closely track general population averages depending on the specific study. Social development. Proponent reviews indicate that homeschoolers score above average on measures of family cohesion, community service participation, and psychological well-being. Critics caution that lower state regulation can occasionally lead to educational neglect or social isolation in unmonitored environments. Yeah, there you go. There was a little bit of that for sure. We should have joined some social group or whatever. I was very sheltered when I was a kid. There were like pros and cons, but there are a lot more pros than cons. I'll just say that. So that's interesting, man. Yeah. There you go. So if anyone criticizes homeschooling, they sound like a complete idiot for one thing. It's very, very nasty to do that. You don't know why someone's homeschooling, and you have no idea how it's benefiting them. Yeah, I remember Charlie Kirk was just said that everyone should homeschool their kids these days, and I agree, man. But I don't think everyone should, because some people are incapable of teaching, and some people just suck. Some people will use that as an opportunity to control their kids, basically keep their kids inside all the time and never let them do anything, control them. Some people will use that as a tool to control their kids. And yeah, that sucks. Yeah. I mean, that, on that note, those same people shouldn't even have kids. Some people shouldn't have kids. They're impatient, they're selfish, they got no empathy, they're narcissists. Some people just shouldn't. So, like, I've heard people say everyone should have kids. And, I'd like to have kids someday. I think I'd be a good mom. I think a lot of people would be good parents, but there are those few people who are very neglectful, very narcissistic, very shallow, and they shouldn't have kids. I hope the Riot Shield speaks to Bathroom Equal Charlotte Novice by McDonald Sharper of Realist. Okay. Prad bit. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Mila Jovovich, Jovovich, is that how you pronounce her name? Thank you. She's pretty. Besides, I work in the police in the streets in Brazil, and we don't have time for healthy food. Yeah, a lot of places are like that. That really does suck. I'm sure Brazilian cuisine in general is pretty good, though. I don't really know what it entails, actually. I'll look that up, because I'm kind of curious now. I'm a guy with ADHD with Asperger's. I am an introvert. When someone talks to me, I don't make visual contact. Yeah, I used to be like that, too. I still am kind of like that in anxious situations. And to my detriment, I can be like that in job interviews, where it's like, I don't know where to look. If I look at them in the eyes, it's going to look awkward. If I look at the window, it's going to look like I'm aloof. If I look this way, in my mind, it's just like I'm paying attention to what they're saying, but it's going in so many different directions because I'm so nervous, and I don't know where to focus. It's so annoying. That's something that's a weakness. That's something I have an issue with, definitely, for sure. I'm better than I used to be with that, but still, it sucks. It makes it hard to score a job, actually. The person who hired me last was pretty unconventional, I'll just say that. And I worked there for 10 years, and I was their star employee because I work really hard. But upon first impression, people are going to think there's something wrong with me, probably. F everybody else, F all them trolls and all them haters, man. Remember about what other people think. It's about you, yourself. You're beautiful. Always remember that. You are very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Turnip Green. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, the trolls are looking for a reaction. They're probably, if I don't give them any engagement, they'll just move on to their next target. I don't want to call them a victim because they're not. It's like they target people, and it's annoying. How are you so skinny? It's hard not to eat. I do eat. I don't eat like between meals very often, and I don't eat lunch that often. I eat a big breakfast and a big dinner, and I've shared my meals in my YouTube shorts. I don't do it to prove to people that I eat, but I like to show people my cooking and my presentation and all that. I like to cook. I really do, especially when I'm cooking for other people. Shout out to me already. Sorry, Laura. Shout out to Laura. My bad. Sorry about that, Chief. As I'm talking, I get a little behind here. Tim Curry makes me question my reality. I love Tim Curry, man. Do I eat bananas? I sure do. What do? I paint, I live stream, I help my family, I have a dog I take care of, I play video games. I just won BioShock, by the way. It took me 2 days to win that game. And that's only because I had other stuff to do. You know, I would have beat that game in a singular day if I had nothing else on my plate. It was so fun. Oh, yeah, and I also, you know, took care of my taxes issue. And I found out, and it's such a relief. Oh my God, guys. Okay, this is a big issue here. So, 1 minute. I don't know my blood type, no. I'm going to try to get a little caught up here. Sorry if I've skipped some messages, guys. If you want to, if you had anything important to say to me, please run that by me again, and I'll answer that question. I'm just going to try to keep more caught up here. But yeah, so when I tried to do my taxes, and it's a 1099-G form, it's the unemployment benefits that I'm getting taxed for. So each and every time I tried to do my taxes, they kept rejecting it and sending it back, even though I put in the correct number on in the boxes. You know, I put all the correct numbers into the little numbered boxes. Line 11, apparently, I couldn't get it right, even though it was all written down on my form. So I copied it number by number, and they still sent it back to me. And I was a little confused, and you know, it was a headache, man, not knowing what to do. I could not log into my IRS account. No matter how hard I tried to do, they asked me to provide 3 different modes of different types of verification. My passport, my ID was one of them. You know, my birth certificate, and something else. So they kept, you know, rejecting me. I could not remember my password for the life of me because I haven't been to my IRS account in a long time. So I just could not log into my account. I tried so many times and I couldn't. They just kept sending it back. There was always a problem with this document or that document. I sent them one of my more recent W-2s from working at the cafe 2024, and they sent that back. Anyway, so finally, after this whole tax issue, so I called the day before yesterday. No, yesterday morning, first thing. I called the IRS. Some crabby lady was telling me, basically, she was no help. She was crabby, she was snappy. Not snappy as in like prompt, but just mean, kind of mean. And I didn't say anything. I'm just thinking, you know, she's probably just tired. Hard job. Deals with a lot of upset people for sure. So I didn't, you know, of course I'm trying to be understanding. And I'm trying to just get some help. So I told her about my issue. About not being able to do my taxes, it being sent back, and now I'm late. I'm very late. She basically told me that, oh yeah, because the issue is that I didn't do my 2024 taxes. And now I'm going to be penalized because I missed my unemployment tax year. I'm like, okay, well, I said this to myself, that it is so corrupt that they're going to tax you with unemployment benefits when that could be all the money you're making for a few years, you know? You never know what's going to happen. But it is what it is. I'm like, how much am I going to be penalized for? It couldn't give me a straight answer. It was weird. But I felt devastated and scared because I was uncertain, didn't know like what I'm in trouble for. Otherwise, other than just being late on my taxes. And I was like, really? I didn't do my 2024 taxes? I could have sworn I did. Anyway, this morning, I called them again. A nicer lady answered. A lady who seemed like she was eager to help me. And she told me the complete fucking opposite. I read her my form. And she said, you know what? I don't think you're even going to be fine, or like you don't even have to file. And why don't I have to file? Oh, you don't have to file because zero, what was it? 1 minute, I'll get it. Oh. It was like, what was it? It was a federal income tax withheld, $0. So she said, since that's the case, you actually don't even have to file. But I'll let you, that I'll transfer you to another line just to make sure, but I'm sure you don't have to file. The line was so freaking busy that it hung up on me and it didn't get to transfer. But she said, Lydia at the IRS said, because state income tax, federal income tax withheld is $0, I don't even have to fucking file. Not only that, but I did file in 2024. She found I got it. She told me my refund, everything. So I'm like, yeah, I knew it. That lady freaking lied to me. She either lied to me or she's just pulling shit out of her ass, man. And the fact that it's now so easy for me, I could not change my password before to get into my IRS account. But this time I was able to. So could it be that they make this as hard as they can during tax season so that you won't be able to get a refund? So that you might get penalized and they can make more money off of you? It is so messed up. I could not believe it. That lady before was telling me the complete opposite, and telling me I'm going to be penalized, and not telling me what I'm penalized for, other than just being late, and not telling me how much I'm going to have to owe, But I am so relieved, man. I'm so damn relieved. Because I was confused. Like, why are they sending back my taxes? I do them every year, no issue. And this is when I was working at the cafe and I had a W-2. This is something new. This is an unemployment form. So I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong here, man? I'm just filling out everything that's on that box, in the boxes, Everything by the book. And they kept sending it back. Well, it turns out I didn't. I probably don't have to file. That's what she said this morning, and yeah, that's awesome. They literally tax you for being born, exactly. I think that they're really, man, that's so corrupt. It's so corrupt that they would tax you for your unemployment benefits, because that could be all you're making for a long time, man. That doesn't even reach $10,000. That's, these days, that's not much money. It goes away so fast. Food's expensive, living's expensive as fudge. I buy myself a pair of new shoes and they're like $30. And I'm not talking about some nice leather shoes. I mean, these are nice though. I like these. These are comfy and they match my shirt a little bit. And actually they don't, but they're cute. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I'm just relieved I got that taken care of, I hope. Liked already and sub. Thank you, Zarnath. I appreciate that. Tap that like button, smash that subscribe button. Thank you, Bulldog Rick. I see she speaks her mind. And yeah, freedom of speech, girl, keep speaking. Thank you, Bulldog Rick. I appreciate that very much. Yep. ChatGPT is good for this type of venting. Just saying, we're not venting. I'm telling you guys something that happened recently. I'm telling you about my day, and we talk about recovery. We talk about addiction. I tell you guys about what helps with, and what helped me early in recovery and what's helping me now. I sell paintings. We hang out. We talk about a bunch of things. Why do you watch entertainment? Why do you watch talk shows? Why do you listen to podcasts and the radio? Why do you watch the news? Why do you, why do you buy people's art? Why do you play video games? So a job isn't a job unless you're miserable, apparently. Unless you're working a 9-to-5 miserable job, it's not deemed a job. No, I'm self-employed. I'm fresh with it. But it's something that it's something that builds up and gains momentum and grows. I went from 400 subscribers to over 8,000 now, 8,200 or something like that. So I'm doing good, with my momentum at least, and my channel's growth. If you know, if I skip a few days, you know, I do fall behind a bit, but I'm actually, I've been working really hard. I take this seriously. I don't just vent. You know, I'm engaging with my audience, and I'm sharing my story of what's happened recently, and we talk about other things, everything under the sun that matters, at least, or at least matters to me. What do you want me to do? Read your minds? I came across you last night. You seemed down to earth, and yeah, I said hi, but I was getting to know you and understand your channel. But yet, last night you left me with thinking you are cool, and yeah, you are. Oh, thank you, Bulldog Rick. Thank you. Hey, I hope you're having a good night too, Bull Striker Bandito. And I also love your name. Hello, pretty lady. I hope you're having a good night. Likewise, ma'am. Likewise. Perhaps you should get an accountant, and hire a lawyer. Not a bad idea. I do want to look into that Suboxone lawsuit. Because, yeah, they didn't inform me that it's bad for your teeth. I learned on my live streaming that Suboxone's bad for your teeth. That's why I avoided methadone. Because I thought it was really bad for your teeth and bones. I wasn't aware that Suboxone was that bad at first. And no one ever told me. Till, like, you guys informed me. I should write down a list of things to do. I got these notebooks and a bunch of gel pens for just that purpose. So, I was going to look up Peter Cullen, check out Instagram, Discord, check out Legend by Tim Curry, and what else was I said? I take your guys' suggestions. I really enjoy them. Good God, did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Oh, thank you, Joe. You should grow your hair out. You'd look great. I did give it a chance, man. I enjoy my hair most this way. I don't have the same hair genetics as my sisters who were blessed. My hair is more like, well, my grandma's hair, which was very thin. Very thin, very wispy. This is, I like this. And I explained myself. I shouldn't have to. I served 27 years in the United States Army. Did 7 combat tours, but to this day at 57, I work a job. I have 45-acre ranch and 65 critters. Aw, that's awesome. Tangent, thank you. You're honest and so sweet. Thank you, Bulldog Rick. Yo, I would love to live in a log cabin by an alpine lake and live somewhere where I can go hunting for my food. I've always wanted to go hunting. I've always wanted to go hunting. I'd love to live in Texas one of these days and go boar hunting, wild boar hunting, because, as we well know, they're an invasive species that wreaks havoc on the ecosystem and other critters. So, yeah, I'd love to do that. And I've gone fishing before. I really enjoy fishing. I've caught a fish with my bare hands before. That was a lot of fun. You know, sometimes we just tell stories. There's nothing wrong with that. People enjoy this, enjoy coming to my channel, and they're entertained or whatever. That means a lot to me, and it's good. It's to anyone who tries to shame me for doing this as a job, as a career, or just starting. I started this mid-January this year. You know, I have people all over the freaking place coming to my DMs, commenting on videos, telling me that this content actually does help them out. And, you know, I should actually look for all these comments, gather them all up, list them all down, write them all down, and it can be a reminder of, you know, why I'm doing this. And also it can remind other people that this isn't useless. I don't just sit around ranting all day. We rant sometimes, but we also talk about things that are, meaningful or helpful, and I know that because I get good feedback. I have people actually telling me that this is helping them with their addiction or their recovery. So yeah, that's all that matters to me. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for the flower. So what is your drug of choice? Coffee now. Black coffee. Probably not that good for my teeth either, but I love coffee. Hi, I want to change my name to Jinx. Should I do it? I'm trying to get yes or no votes. And no votes. Jinx? Oh man, no, I wouldn't, to be honest. I'm just being honest with you, man. I don't like it. You can do whatever you want, man. I mean, whatever makes you happy. Again, like, some people aren't going to like my short hair. And some people will. It's a preference thing. Yeah. No, nah. I don't, nah. Getting tired of that shit. I know, that's bad. It's a bad habit. That's my bad habit right there. I dig it. Wow, it's been a while since I seen you. You cut your hair a little more and you put a little more weight. You look great. Stay cool and stay healthy. Thank you. I just had a bunch of people telling me I'm way too thin. So thank you. Okay. Jinx sounds dope. Yeah, you see, like, people are going to have different opinions on that. I don't think it's terrible, but it's not, I wouldn't if it were me. That's just my preference. I'm a little bit old-fashioned when it comes to that sort of stuff. I don't know. Sounds like a name that a celebrity would name their kid, actually. Kinda. You're so pretty. Thank you. Yeah. Don't let the haters get you down. I'm rooting for you. I know it's a struggle, but your story deserves to be told and it's worth telling. Thank you, Itchy Skin. Yeah, I love answering your questions as well. I love talking about what helps with recovery because it's a hurdle. It's hard to get over. And there are people who relapse after 25 years or more of sobriety. I've heard of that many times. People, it's like just because you're secure now and not craving it doesn't mean it might not happen later. So that's why it's good to talk about it. It's good to keep your guard up. But you don't have to be anxious all the time and always looking behind your shoulder or always on edge or anything like that. But we can be constructive in how we use our time. We can occupy ourselves with things that give us purpose in life. Because I feel like a lot of us relapse or become addicts because, like, I don't know, something bad happens, a loss, a drug dream, something very sudden and unexpected can induce a trajectory of no return where we're like, I gotta get the drug. I haven't had that feeling since I was an addict 3.5 years ago. So I'm doing really good with that. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna, try to occupy each day as constructively as possible. It really helps. The more enriching my daily activities, the better. And I think video games are very enriching. That's one of the best escapisms ever. Video games is a big thing for me in my recovery. I really enjoy it, and my dog. And meditation, I need to get back into that. And prayer. always helped me. And early on in my recovery, having a good counselor was super important. My cat has cancer. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. I've heard that cats often get kidney cancer and that they're creating this what is it called? I forget whether it's an injection or pill or what, but they're coming up with some type of medication or drug for cats, which makes it so that they live longer. It helps their kidneys because cats tend to get like kidney disease, I think. And so now cats, with this thing they're inventing, cats might live twice as long now. So that's, I mean, that's, and they say they're gonna try to make it affordable to humans. I don't have cats, but I have a big dog. They're gonna probably come up with a dog variation. Comes in a different, like, kind of capsule or whatever. But Shanda will probably be an old dog by the time that's available. But they said they're gonna try to make it affordable. And I mean old dog as in my dog is 110 pounds. He's a big dog. In fact, he's a little overweight. He's gained a little weight because we haven't been able to walk due to his fear after the 4th of July and now subsequently his paw issues. So we're gonna, yeah, he's going to the vet tomorrow. Addiction can also happen when you just can't keep going without processing stuck trauma. Yeah, I agree. That's what happened to me at my worst. Once I grieved all the bad things that I had that had happened going sober. Yeah. You know, that's exactly what happens. And in fact, when you get off that stuff, when you after cold turkey and everything, after the pain is gone, the physical pain, which is terrible, but it doesn't last as long as it seems. 3 days feels like a long time when you're just feeling that pain constantly. But it's a bone deep pain. It's so bad. But after that's done, then you have to deal with the boredom and the anxiety and the overflowing emotions, because those emotions and all that have been lying dormant because of that drug. Heroin makes it so that you're not as emotional. You're more like, you're kind of just subdued. You don't care about things as much. Suddenly you care about everything. And every little thing, every little mundane thing might make you cry. It's worse than when you're a woman on her period watching a dog commercial, which some women do get very emotional on their periods, but after a heroin addiction, as all those emotions and everything have been lying dormant for this many years, it'll throw you in for a loop, but it's worth it. That's necessary. It's these emotions are what makes us human, and of course they're gonna come overflowing full sway, but it's necessary to get through that and to let your loved ones know that this is what you're gonna go through, so that they don't have to be confused or even potentially get angry at you. It would really suck if someone got angry at you because due to your addiction or getting off a certain drug, your hormones and emotions are unregulated. They're like before they were too low, now they're just going whoops. You gotta, yeah. It helps to just kind of calmly, casually inform our loved ones if they're living with us and having to deal with, or observe us or whatever, live around us, that this is why I'm crying, for instance. It's because that's par for the course when you're getting off a certain drug. Congrats to you. You have earned a lot of respect from me. Thank you, Bulldog Rick. I appreciate that very much. Did you do AA? I did. Yes, I did. In fact, if I were to go back there, they'd give me a metal coin. I haven't gone there for a while, though. What's the thing bothering me the most in life? Oh, boy. I would say it's, I would like to be able to move out, have my own place, meet a man. You know, I'd like to be in a relationship with someone, but I have to have chemistry with them. I have to like the way they smell and everything. I have to be attracted to them and like their personality. And that's the thing about being kind of reclusive and introverted. It's hard for me to go meet people, but I am going out for a potluck on the 30th. You know, I initiated it. I got it all, I went for it, and so we'll see how that goes. It should be good. There's stuff to talk about, things to make. They're having steak and white wine, so I'll enjoy that. I've been sober 16 years, and I can't lie, there are days that thoughts still creep in. Yeah, it happens, man. You just gotta strengthen your tools. Strengthen all the tools in your toolbox. Anything that helps. Video games is a good distraction for me. My dog that I take care of, paying it forward, giving back, helping my family, doing chores, going for jogs or walks, long walks, out of sight, out of mind, being around people who don't do that stuff, who encourage you not to do it. They don't make it sound good. They can make you forget about that shit. Family, meditation, if you are religious, prayer, painting, art, if you're into that. I like to do that too. Cooking, getting all my nutrients, focusing on my nutrition and my health. Very good for brain activity, very good for recovery, especially with something like heroin, where you basically starve yourself without really feeling it. You're never hungry. I've known people who were on heroin and they didn't eat for days. Reading, initiating camping trips with friends where you can just get out of the city and get out of the suburbs, get out anywhere where the air feels super fresh and familiar. I mean, and if you've gone on camping trips, then you know that feeling, the fresh smell in the air, the smell of the smoke of the campfire. That I've been wanting to go camping for a while. I love camping. What else? These are just things I enjoy. So, watching good movies. There are some feel-good movies that can be inspiring and encouraging. Making everything count, making every day count. Journaling, very good. Yoga can help, and I wish I had more room to do that. Candlelit baths or showers that are, candlelit shower even, as long as your candle is away from the shower head, then you're good. There are even these little dissolvable, like shower, kind of like bath bombs, but for shower, and they make the room smell good. Just having a nice time to yourself to pamper and feel good. There are a lot of good things to do to distract or occupy your time. Learning something new, because the brain loves and craves novelty, and that's a good thing for our dopamine receptors. Anticipation of something. We need to have something to look forward to that isn't drugs, Because with the drugs, I mean, that back then, that was all I looked forward to. It was like, when am I getting my next hit? When am I getting my next hit? When am I going to get money so I can get my next hit? You know? Now that we're free of that, there are so many doors that open. There are so many things we can look forward to. Learning something new. Even if it's something super simple and doable, like learning a new recipe and then showing it off to your friends. You know, those things are very good. And I'd rather have everything than that one thing. You can choose. Sorry guys, man. You can choose everything over heroin or heroin over everything. And I choose everything. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Ain't that a pretty color? It's a refreshing color right there. Good evening, Ann. Hope all's well. All is well, Mez. Thank you. Praying for you. Thank you, His will. Can I give you my email address? You know, I don't know. I mean, I contact people via Discord and Instagram, but if that actually is more helpful, if people want to commission me for painting or talk about other things, yeah, you can give me your email address, sure. But just so you know, I am way worse with checking my email than other things. I forget to check my email all the time unless it's something very, very pressing, you know? But yeah, I mean, if it's just day to day, I forget. I totally forget, man. Sorry, I don't like it when my eyes look all askew. It kind of wrecks my eyeliner here a bit. Oh, ow. All I gotta do is kind of smudge it and then it won't look all messy. Just kind of a, I don't know. I wouldn't call it like obsessive compulsive, but it is annoying. I'm excited for you. Thank you, Itchy Skink. You look nice tonight. Thank you, Mez. Well, you don't know me, Poison Ivy. I cleaned the whole house this morning, and I only started live streaming at like 8:30. I've been cleaning all fucking day right after I was done playing video games. And I played video games after I was done doing dishes this very morning. Not like I have to prove myself. You don't know me. You're just a hateful person who's probably jealous. Yep. I love relaxation and wellness activities. Exactly. We can write some of these things down, too. So, whoops. I'm going to use a different color this time, though. Oh, no. There, you know what? I have a whole collection of beautiful gel pens, guys. Look how many gel pens I have. It's so nice. These were not that expensive either. It's like 20 bucks or so. Yes, top 5 greatest smells ever is definitely fire. I agree. Campfires specifically. And I like barbecue a lot. It's one of my favorite foods. Respect to you. You're down to earth, and I can see you speak from your heart and mind. Sorry putting this in caps, but yeah. Thank you, Bulldog Rick. I appreciate that. I don't mind it. You should look out for other people that have substance issues. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here, man. Or at least I'm trying. And we talk about other things too, because should be obvious, but we're more than our addictions. I know people like to put labels on people and see them as this just one thing, but we're multi-dimensional beings. We're nuanced. We're very, we're multi-hued. We're not black and white. We're not throw the baby out with the bathwater, all all or nothing. And I used to have such an all or nothing mentality about things. Life isn't like that. But I've never had an all or nothing view of people, or black and white for that matter. I was always aware that, we're different we have different personalities depending on who we're talking to, depending on who we're with. We're different with our parents as opposed to our friends, as opposed to our teachers, as opposed to the priest, as opposed to our enemies, as opposed to our dogs, whatever, we things aren't. It's almost like a lot of people view the world as, like I said before, a Disney movie where everything is just sort of cut and dry. Here's the antagonist, here's the good guy, here's the hero, here's the little woodland critters. Here, it's like, and everyone's put into a little box, and I think that's really dumb, and it's a big mistake. Oh, I like bicycling too, by the way. I haven't done that in a while because I don't have a bike, but I wonder what Shanda would be like, coming along. Like, I'd get a little side cart for him. little car you attach to the bike. Oh, I'm okay. That was just, I don't know why I got emotional there. I assume this is about addiction. You go, girly. Here for you. Stay strong. Thank you, Toby. Spoken with strength and experience, sending you good vibes. Thank you, Eodan. Frisco smoke already? Okay. She's definitely not on heroin. Her pupils are normal. Thank you, Hunter Farmer. The people assuming that I am, they're just pulling that out of their ass and accusing me because they want to discredit me and sabotage my channel. That's the only reason. There's no other reason why they'd say that. Because, yeah, I don't look like I'm on heroin. I'd be nodding out constantly. I'd be like this constantly, I'd be like that. I'd be looking like this, guys. I'd be looking just like this. Yeah, I'd look fucking stupid. OMG, you're so pretty. Thank you. Yeah, because guess what? Yeah, my pupils keep dilating because it's right in front of the light. And then I move my head and it's out away from the light. Then I move it over here. It's near light. Did you know light affects the size of your pupils, you fucking moron? Anyway. Okay, I'm not going to engage with these people. They're dumb. Okay. I never wore a gold bikini in my life, Douglas. I wish. I wish. I have a pretty bathing suit, though. It's a beautiful shade of teal, one of my favorite colors. She actually sounds extremely intelligent and yes, beautiful. Thank you, Street Trees. Street Trees PDX. Ooh, do you live in Portland too? Actually, I don't live in Portland, but I live close by. Close by. I used to work in Portland. Thank you. You're so pretty, OMG. Thank you, Lori. Then don't bash her, scroll on. Leave, don't bash her, scroll on. Thank you, Bulldog Rick. Tangent T, have you ever been to Montana? Actually, I have, Bulldog Rick. Because I had a childhood friend who lived there. I went there when I was 18, and I stayed for a month, and it was in the boonies. Now, we have a lot of trees here. They didn't have any trees in that area that, that I could see. It was just very cold at that time, very bright, very open sky. It was beautiful. It was in Helena, surrounded by the mountains, the Helena Mountains. And that was the first place where someone actually gave me a driving lesson. Someone actually did give me a driving lesson, and it was fun. I didn't do too badly there. I've had 3 different times when and it was always a different person. One time it was a date, a boyfriend. Another time it was, a family friend of my friend. And then, what was the other one? I forget. But yeah, I was told I was really good at parallel parking for someone who was just learning. I don't know if they were just trying to make me feel good or, make my confidence go up or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I probably would be okay driving. I just have a little fear of it. And I was homeschooled, so it's kind of hard to get around to it when I let my other siblings go before me. That would be so cool to have a sidecar for a bike ride with a dog. It would, but he's a huge dog, man. I don't know if I can balance it out there. She doesn't have a... Oh, wow. I'm done with Poison Ivy. Don't need to see that. Don't listen to twerps, exactly. Hope you had a great day today. Thank you. Capaholic. Hey, I'm 34. Cool. Hey, I'm 34, pansexual, she, them. Okay, well, just so you know, we don't have to, I have no, I don't really care, honestly, but we don't have to stress about announcing our pronouns to everybody on this channel, okay? We just come as we are. Doesn't matter. Homeschooled. So Andrew's embarrassed by me because I was homeschooled and I support Trump. Wow. Homeschool and an Oregonian Trumpy. As an Oregonian, I'm embarrassed. I'm reading this aloud because I find that comment very embarrassing, quite frankly. That is the dumbest thing I've ever read. I'm highly attracted to you. Thank you. I mean, there's also nothing wrong with me reading aloud the many compliments I get. Sometimes I don't even realize it's a compliment until I've read halfway through, and I try to be as engaging as possible. I try to answer people's important questions. But I also just try to avoid the trolls. They don't mean anything. They're to be expected. Can I get a birthday shout out, please, for my friend Dan? Okay. No, man. Nuh-uh. I know what you're trying to do. I'm not gonna be fooled. Where are you from? I'm from the Pacific Northwest of the USA. I'm not a troll. I'm telling you how it is. No, you're not. Bye-bye. Wow, what a condescending jerk. Okay. Hey, Straight Stream, how are you doing? Hey, by the way, guys, we're probably going to end the stream a little bit earlier to have a shorter one. We started at 8:30 after all. It's been 2 hours. That's not bad. But I do have to take Shando to the vet tomorrow. He's going to be put under, and I want to be there with him, at least while they're giving him the sedative. I would like to be with my boy. Can you shut up? Oh boy. One sec. Can you shout out my sister? Sure. Elaine Ulich. Shout out to Elaine Ulich. Hope you're having a good day. Lunar eclipse with the blood moon looked really cool tonight. Really? There was a blood moon? That's cool. Haven't seen a blood moon in a long time, man. I've seen one once, just once. Nice catch on the birthday shout out, right? Well, I've gotten those before, and I wasn't fooled back then either. Actually, I think I was fooled one time. Yeah, my dog. My dog is laying in the bed. In fact, I got to put his collar on because he's now licking his paws. But he has no issue with me putting it on him. Hey, baby. Here. You got to put this on you because you're going to get bacteria in your wound, honey. Yeah, I know. It's hard to lay your head down with that thing in it. I know, baby. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. If he really, really didn't like it, he wouldn't let me put it on him, but still, it makes it hard for him to be comfortable. Hi, baby boy. I know, honey bear's kiss. No, I'll be in here with you, okay? So you don't feel lonely. Okay, sweetheart. I know, it's a mess in here. It's, no room. No room to put things. I need to sell shit and organize. I'd like to sell a lot of these big, abstract art coffee table books I have here. You're a great puppy mom. Thank you, Straight Stream. I do my best. He has some skin issues and stuff. Anne's awesome. She's actually been through an actual addiction. She overcame it like a female boss. She's nice, very pretty. Oh, thanks, Mez. That's very kind of you. That said, is it your dog? What's wrong with age? Age? No, Shando's only 3.5, but he's at that age where they start, if they are prone to a certain health issue, they'll start to show symptoms and signs. He has hyperkeratosis in his paw pads, and he got into an accident the other day where his claw got snagged on something, and it ripped off ever so slightly, but enough to draw blood. And so he's going to have that claw whittled down so that it can grow out in a healthy way. And they have to put him under to do that. That's all that is. And he also has a propensity to grow yeast. I'll take that cone off if you... He can't even lay his head down. But I'm keeping my eye on you. I'm going to make sure you don't... Okay. Do not lick. Okay? Don't lick. I mean it. I mean it, kiddo. I don't want you to get hurt. I know. Look at that baby. Just a point to the poorest. Oh yeah, he's camera shy. Camera shy little boy. Oh dear. What? She's got better clothes than me with the V. Tangent T, I'm going to say good night. God bless you. God bless you, girl. I get up at 3 a.m. to feed my 65 critters, but trust me, I'm coming back here. You rock. Love your personality. You rock, Tangent T. Thank you. You have a good night, man. Sweet dreams. Get some good rest. I'd love to hear about all your little critters as well next time. Why am I... Oh, yeah, I already told you why I'm putting them under. Because he got a claw injury. Hope Shando does good at vet tomorrow, girl. Thank you, Mez. Me too. Me too. It'll help for them to sedate him. I'll tell you what. He will not have any of it otherwise. Even if it's something that's not painful. Even if it's like, you know, even if they're doing nothing but administering, like drawing blood or whatever, even if they're just weighing him, he will not allow for them to take him back there without me. You know? Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Last time, there was like 2 times while we were at the vet that they took him back there for a second. And I wasn't there. They weren't gone long though, but he was really good about that. But I can't take him to the groomers. I gotta give him baths myself because they don't allow for me to go back there with him while they're giving him a bath. And he's so big and so stubborn. He does not like baths. He doesn't like water on his back. And he doesn't like it when you lift up his paws and wash them. You know, I do it, but it's hard, man. I need help sometimes with that. But last time I took him to a groomer, they promptly sent him back to me and said, "This is impossible." Well, what do you want me to do? I try, man. I sustain battle injuries trying to give that big boy a bath. Makes me wish that I would have been really, really consistent and given him a bath every day as a puppy. You know, I had no idea he was going to get this big, to be honest. I'll be coming back to you. Keep your solid mind, and God bless. I've got Discord as well. Nice. Yeah, if you've requested my to join my server and all that, I'll check my Discord. Absolutely, have it written down so I hopefully don't forget. YouTube Princess, I've got mostly mini critters, but have full-size critters too. Where are you a farmer? Do you have like farm animals, or are you like a breeder? Or that's pretty cool. Tangent T, good night. God bless you, and you are honestly, truly an amazing lady. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I love animals, guys. Animals make the world way better to live in. Unless they want to maul you. I wouldn't want to be around a bear while I'm hiking and stuff. But they're cool. I like bears. How did you get the name Tangent T? I changed it from Diary of a Recovering Addict to Tangent T because this is kind of a veritable feast, if you will, where we talk about all kinds of things, because we're more than our addiction, right? We talk about addiction and habits and all that, but we also talk about art, we talk about dogs, we talk about video games, we talk about politics, we talk about, sometimes, we talk about religion, or no, I read the Bible at the end of my stream, I should say. We don't talk about religion that much, but I do read the Bible at the end of my stream. We talk about just life and just everything under the sun. Current events. I answer questions. I cook. Sometimes. Did you watch the moon? I did not. No one told me about a blood moon, dude. No one told me about it. Should I look now? Is there gonna be a blood moon if I look out there? Sheesh. I missed it. I must have missed it because no one told me about it. Blood moon happening now in Texas, eh? Let me look this up. Let me see if Oregon has the blood moon. Surely don't want to lose this. This is my... Oh dear. Yeah, I want to be careful. I want to be careful. It's my birth certificate and everything. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Keep this just in case. Lunar eclipse. Yeah, no one told me. Why am I wearing pink? Why are you asking? What? Why not? Is the question. Why wouldn't I wear pink? I like pink. Not my favorite color in the world, but magenta's one of my favorite colors. That's kind of pink. That's a type of pink. My favorite colors are dark teal, Prussian blue, magenta, and cranberry. And I like dark mauve, like a plum color. So nice. Sorry about the vaping, guys. You notice at the beginning of the stream I was doing really good with it. Without it, I mean. Gosh, Bill Gates is starting to look like a decrepit turtle. Anyhow. I forgot what I was even going to look up. Fuck that. Good luck. May you find prosperity. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that so much. I could use it. Spider-Man Metterdan has no idea what most of those colors look like. Yeah, who knows? Do you believe Jesus died for your sins? Yes, absolutely. I'm Catholic. I abide by the Apostles' Creed. An island by. I don't want that. Shit. Oh my gosh, a shadow was seen behind you. It's probably my doll. Or the chair moving. Look at that. The chair's moving and causing a shadow. It's the back of the chair against that dresser is what you're probably seeing. See? Look, as I move. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, shit. I hate that shit, man. That's a joke. I feel like they're just trolling everybody, but they're actually serious. Have you ever read the books missing in the regular Bible that are found in the Ethiopian Bible? I have not, man. Like I said, I'm Catholic. I haven't delved into that, the Ethiopian Bible. I read the Ignatius Bible. By the way, we're gonna end the live stream soon because I do want to get some sleep for the vet. I have a hard time waking up as it is. So, we're gonna read a few Bible verses. Speaking of which, and let me get a lens wipe for my glasses. Oh, what did I just step on? Is that glass? No. Something. Oh my god, don't get that stupid shit stuck in my head, man. Oh my gosh. Cringe. Cringe-topia. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Ghost Girl. I mean, maybe it's because of how most people read it. Like, if I go to Mass and someone comes up to read the Bible, they read it so... I mean, I'm not the best at reading aloud, but they're so monotone. It's like... da 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 da, and it's just like, okay. It's hard to follow when, depending on a person's tone, you know? Or just cadence, the rise and lilt of their voices they're reading. Big supporter. How long on? I don't know what that means. Let me look that up. Good one. Owie. Okay. Okay. Handwritten text recognition. Can I please close the curtain? Bothering you? Okay. Sure. If it's bothering, if that's a pet peeve or it's kind of ticking you off, okay. I don't know. I don't know why that would tick you off, man, but I get the feeling you just want to see my butt. All right. There we go. Better? Ask me to change my curtains next time? Okay. Head twitch response. A specific head movement in animals used by researchers to study psychedelic drug effects. The head twitch response. I never heard of that. Okay. Oh, hater. It also means hater. An informal slang term used in texting to describe someone who expresses unwarranted dislike or negativity. Huh. Well, I don't think we're having any of that here. I think some of the people in this chat are, but I'm trying to ignore them. Dolly Parton used to go to my church when I was a kid. That's pretty awesome, Ghost Girl. I love Dolly Parton. It's really sad. I think Tim Curry and Dolly Parton just died on the same day, and they're some of my favorite stars of all time. And honestly, I think they were the same age too. Let me see. How old was I know Dolly Parton was 80, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, how old was she? She was 80 years old. Oh man, when you open up Dolly Parton on Google, you get this. You get a bunch of butterflies and a little farewell note to her. That's really sweet. Everybody loved Dolly Parton. I've never seen that. After a celebrity dies, when I look them up, I don't see like butterflies in my face. Everyone loved her, and for a good reason. She was very smart. She was very precious and very sweet. I loved her, and I still do. Beautiful person. Beautiful soul. Let's see, how old was Tim Curry? I think he was 80. He was 80 as well. Both Dolly Parton and Tim Curry, some of my favorites of all time. They both died yesterday, and they both died at the age of 80. They both died at the age of 80. That's weird. I don't know, just a coincidence, but still. Growing up, my mom didn't want me to be indoctrinated into a specific sect of religion, but through family, I've been to a few different churches, sometimes regularly, sometimes once in a while. Yeah, I should go to Mass. I really should. I need to do that, go back and do that again. It would be nice. Don't know what to do with my dog Shando, though, because I'm worried about leaving him alone. But it might be good for him. I start out small. It's like when I take the neighbor's dogs for a walk for 30 minutes. That's like kind of where I start out dealing with my dog's separation anxiety. Start out small and then kind of build it up. Yeah, he was 82. Good night, Princess. Hope that didn't offend you. I'm Catholic as well. No, you never offended me, Bulldog Rick. You've been very nice on this stream. Thank you. Anyone that hates Dolly is the devil in disguise. I agree. Dolly was a legend and icon, and so down to earth. She was. She was. We did not deserve her. Oh, yeah, and their birth dates are only like 1 month apart, too. Oh, wow, yeah. Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime from Transformers, passed away and is up with Tim and Dolly now. Really? Wow. I mean, I know who Optimus Prime is. I know who the character is and all that, but I've never seen the Transformers movie. My current job is part of Dolly's book donation thing to children. On Saturdays, when books come in, I help sort the books, putting some to be donated to children. See some strange books come in, though. That sounds like a really cool job, man. That's awesome. Hi, Claymore. Welcome again. She was really good in Steel. Was it Steel Magnolias? Was that the movie? I haven't seen it in so long. I should watch it again. I love. It has Dolly Parton. I love her as an actress. And I also really, really love, what was her name again? She was in Mrs. Doubtfire. And I think she was in, like, Thelma and Louise. Mrs. Doubtfire. It's a great movie. It's an epic movie. Genius. Genius. I love Robin Williams. I think Robin Williams made me cry the most, though. But Dolly Parton's, yeah, that certainly affected me more than most celebrity deaths do. And Tim Curry as well. I love Tim Curry. What was her name? It's right at the tip of my head, man. Let me see. Sally Field, I like her. She was in Steel Magnolias. I'm sure it's called Steel Magnolias. Yeah, it's Steel Magnolias. 1989 film, the year when my big brother was born. Such a good one. Got Julia Roberts, got Shirley MacLaine, Sally Field, Olympia Durr. I don't know who that is. Olympia, huh? That's an interesting name. Dolly Parton. Daryl Hannah. She was in Kill Bill. She was that nurse who was whistling down the hallway about to administer something sinister. Okay, I'm not good at whistling. Yeah, it looks good. I'll have to watch that again. Or it is good. We did all the effects makeup on Tim for Darkness in the movie Legend, along with all the other characters in the movie he was in. That's awesome, Robert Belknap. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check out Legend. What do you think about the 18-month power grid shutdown they say is coming? I haven't heard about that. I have not heard about that. But I'll look that up, okay? See what that's all about, if that's the case. It's just, things I can look up later. She was on Hannah Montana. I never watched Hannah Montana. It was a little bit after my time, to be honest. I was just a little too old for it at that time. I mean, when did it come out? I'm guessing 2010, around the time I was in college. Let me see. Maybe I was in my late teens when that came out. I mean, Miley Cyrus isn't that much older than me. But sometimes you have older actors or pop stars, whatever, acting as teenagers in those films. Let me see. Hannah Montana first episode date. 2006, okay. So I was 15. I had just turned 15 a month. I'd been 15 for a month when Hannah Montana came out. So I guess I was around her age. She was probably like, what? I mean, let me see how old Miley Cyrus is. I'm guessing she's as old as my sister. I'm guessing she's like 3 years younger than me. No, actually, she's 1 year younger than me. But they say she's 33 and born in 92. I'm 35 and I'm born in 91. That's weird. But it's November, okay. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah. She's just about as old as me. Robin Williams was sad. Dolly was Miley Cyrus's godmother. I heard about that. That's a real honor. Also, there was this Mexican singer named Juan Gabriel. When he died, I cried. You know what? I'll check out Juan Gabriel because I've never heard of him, but I like that type of music. I really do. Juan Gabriel. I'll check that out. All these data centers, new world orders really coming. The power grid is about to hit the end or testing other states already. Okay. Ghost Girl. Anywho, I got to go. Good night, everyone. Peace and good night. Hey, you have a good night too, Ghost Girl, if you're still here. Take care. Keep going. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Ghost Girl. I hope you have a good one. Sweet dreams. You rock, Tangent. Honestly, thank you for being yourself. Thank you. Night Princess. Thank you. Thank you, man. And yeah, in fact, I've got all these references from you. Thank you for the references, guys. And I have my glasses on because we're going to read a few Bible verses before we end the stream. We can reach 200 in the meantime. We're almost at 200. Some lucky winner's gonna be the 200th like. I'm kidding. Nah. Sorry, guys. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 9 or 10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my victorious right hand. And this is a good one too. Chapter 40, verse 31. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Hey, good night, Mez. Can you pray for my family? My father passed away minutes ago. I'm sorry, Adam. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Proverbs chapter 22, verse... There's a little hair itch in my face, man. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 10. Drive out a scoffer, and strife will go out, and quarreling and abuse will cease. Drive out a scoffer, and strife will go out, and quarreling and abuse will cease. He who loves purity of heart, and whose speech is gracious, will have the king as his friend. The eyes of the Lord keep watch over knowledge, but he overthrows the words of the faithless. The sluggard says, "There is a lion outside, I shall be slain in the streets." The mouth of a loose woman is a deep pit. He with whom the Lord is angry will fall into it. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of discipline drives it far from him. He who oppresses the poor to increase his own wealth, or gives to the rich, will only come to want. Here's a good one. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 9. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Reminds me of Charlie Kirk a little bit. Just saying. Anywho. All right. Let's read 2 more. Or 3 more, actually. John chapter 16, verse 22. So you have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one can take your joy or will take your joy away from you. No one will take your joy away from you. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Galley Goose. He was a champion. He was amazing. And all the lies and all the hatred towards him is disgusting. Just from a few loud freaking Karens at that, you know. Let's see. Romans chapter 5, verse 3. More than that, we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not disappoint us, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. Amen. Romans chapter 8, verse 37, all the way down to 39. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am sure that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen. One more. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 14, all the way down to 16. Actually, we'll read two more, okay? So that we may no longer be children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the cunning of men, by their craftiness and deceitful wiles. Rather, speaking the truth in love, we are to grow up in every way into him who is the head, into Christ, from whom the whole body, joined and knit together by every joint with which it is supplied, when each part is working properly, makes bodily growth and upbuilds itself in love. That's a good one. And Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you with all malice, and be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you. That's a great one. I think that's very applicable to our day and age and what we're dealing with here. All right. I did not see the eclipse, unfortunately. I didn't even hear about it. I was too busy cleaning to hear about the eclipse. All right, guys. Thank you for the likes and the subscriber. Thank you for subscribing and liking my channel. I really appreciate you guys. Love your cut. Cheers. Thank you, Christian. Hey, Your Majesty, how are you doing? Hi, Paul Angie. I'm doing good, thank you. Actually, I have to get up tomorrow morning, so I can't really stay around here. We've been live streaming since 8:30, so about almost 3 hours. I feel bad when a familiar subscriber or participant of my channel comes in and then I instantly have to leave. I really feel bad about that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to end the stream pretty soon here. But I'm really grateful, guys. Thank you for the kind donations and the support and just engaging with my content. I really appreciate you. And I hope you all have a good night. I'll pray for you. And I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors and what you want to do with your lives. And I hope you guys stay on the straight and narrow like I am. And I hope I stay on the straight and narrow too, man. I never crave it these days, but that doesn't mean that I should let my guard down ever. Because it can, those cravings can come back full sway after 20 years. I've seen it. So we got to always be careful, but not too stressed, because Too much tension can lead to, well, we know. Kind of like a bow and arrow, the friction. Boing. You don't want that. God always bless, protect you and family, Shando, everyone, everywhere, always. Amen. Thank you, Mez. Ask God for the strength. Absolutely. Thank you, Ball Striker Bandito. Sitting in front of the camera for 3 hours and talking continuously is really exhausting. It is, man. I don't think some people realize that, to be honest. And I'm introverted. I mean that. Like, but you get used to it. You know, yeah. Sitting in front of the camera, yeah. It is. Get some rest and we'll catch up later. Absolutely. Thank you for your understanding. Doctor, pray for Majo. Okay. Thank you, man. I'll pray for everybody in this stream. Thank you. Love Legend is a stylish movie. Tim Curry is frighteningly good. That sounds right up my alley, man. So far, I've liked every movie that was recommended to me. And thank you for giving me peace again. Oh, thank you, Straight Stream. That truly means a lot to me. That makes this whole thing worth it. Knowing that it's actually helping people does mean a lot to me, man. Thank you. Thank you, Christian, and cheers back. Thank you, Galley Goose. Couldn't sleep and somehow ended up here listening to the gospel. Sincerely, thank you, Anne. You're most welcome. We always read the Bible at the end of my stream. So you're always welcome, and you are more than welcome to pick out a verse, okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nun231. Thank you, Mez. Thank you, Foreign RPs. Thank you, Galley Goose. Thank you, Bulldog Rick, if you're still here. Thank you, Street Stream. Probably gonna repeat a few names here. Thank you, Ghost Girl. Thank you, Lewis, if you're still here. Thank you, Finally Happy, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa Armis. Thank you, Robert Belknap. Good to see you again. Thank you, Itchy Skink. Thank you, Zaina Minhajay. Thank you, Ghost Girl. Thank you, Big Roger. Thank you, Tunke, if you're still here. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Dink. Okay, that guy just insulted me, but I wish you the best anyway. Thank you, Robert Ware, and thank you for the congrats. Thank you, She Has Purpose. Thank you, Capaholic. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Douglas. Thank you, Message Redacted. Yeah, the bicycle does give me a feeling of accomplishment, feeling of self-worth. In fact, I love the way it feels when the wind blows through me and I'm just like, it just feels so freeing and exhilarating. I miss riding bikes, man. I should go to Goodwill and look for a good bike because you can find a lot of good bikes at Goodwill. I don't know about a lot, but I haven't gone there these days in a long time, but I'd love to go to Goodwill one of these days and look for a bike. A nice bike. Nice city bike. Wow, Jay says, oh, she's pregnant and she's showing congratulations, you look 6 months. For one thing, you can't even see my stomach. For another thing, I am not pregnant. You're a jerk. You're trying to insult me. You're trying to make me feel insecure. And I'm not buying it. Your readings are always poignant. Thank you, Straight Stream. How are your veins? Oh my God. Well, they have to use an ultrasound machine on both arms, and they still couldn't find a vein. They managed to find one little vein finally right here around this area. But yeah, I fucked it up, man. And some of them will come back, but many of my veins will be obscured or damaged, just completely permanently damaged by scar tissue, and it is what it is. I made my big mistake. And yeah, it's not good for my teeth either. It wasn't good for my teeth either. Get your beautiful speedy sleep, Angel. Thank you, DZ. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Ball Striker Bandito. Anyway, yeah. I'm not a fucking feminist. I'm not. Why you accuse people when you don't even know them, man? I'm not a fucking feminist. I hate modern feminism. I love men. I appreciate the suffragettes, but I hate modern feminism. And you're a fucking idiot. I call out sexists, though. That doesn't make me a feminist. Oh my god, what an idiot. And I'll post a link on your latest live repeat of the makeup we did on Tim as Darkness and Legend. And John Waite change video we did. That I'm in. That sounds great, man. I'd love that. Thank you, BCG. My channel is about many things. You've kind of missed it because I'm about to end it. I have to get up and go somewhere in the morning. But it's about, I try to encourage people with addiction, especially when it comes to hard drugs like heroin, because I was an addict for 6 years, and alcohol and stuff like that. And we also talk about art. I sell my art. We talk about painting and you know, we also talk about video games and my dog, and I'm tired. Cooking. I hope you guys have a good one, okay? I'm not a Democrat, you fucking moron. Jay, you're stupid as fuck. I'm not a Democrat. I am moderate and I lean Republican. And I'm really, really, really sick of people just assuming things that aren't true, that they don't know anything about. It's just you have a preconceived notion of every fucking woman you see, and you hate women. That doesn't make me a feminist for saying that. I'm observing what you're saying, and you're just coming out with a full-blown stereotype to label me. And you fucking suck, man. You suck ass. You know? You don't sound very intelligent yourself, by the way. Oh, I can be mean to you because you're mean to me. Okay, little bitch. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done, and I'm gonna delete Jay. I'm not, I'm kind of in the mood to completely delete this guy. Bye-bye. Let's read Bible, Psalms 91, be with you. Thank you. I just did read the Bible, but I will read one more verse upon suggestion. I love it when people suggest verses, so. Don't listen to the trolls. We love you, Ann. Thank you, Straight Stream. I know, I knew I was kind of giving in there, but yeah, that kind of thing is kind of annoying. It's like, why do you think I'm a feminist? Because I have short hair? Dude, like Winona Ryder's had short hair her whole life. You don't know if she's a feminist or not. You don't know me. Hair doesn't indicate politics or anything like that. If I had a septum piercing and then blue hair, then maybe that's a different story. Then it's like pretty obvious that I'd be a liberal then, because I don't know I've never seen a single conservative with a septum piercing. But, I look pretty conservative right now. I have my lovely earrings. I've got my nice feminine pixie. So, yeah, let's not humor these or, deal with these assholes. I'm in love with your soul, but your chin is fire. Oh, thank you, DZ. I appreciate that. Maybe because you have the Sarah Connor physique, my guess is. And they're jealous, probably, because they're flabby as hell. Probably, man. People lash out like little bitches when they're jealous. Don't mean to toot my horn, but I am pretty toned. Just saying. Just saying. So what, you wanted me to read Psalms or Proverbs chapter, no, Psalms, right? You wanted me to read Psalms 91? Okay. Psalms, right? Okay, he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High, who abides in the shadow of the Almighty, will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find, and from the deadly pestilence he will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a buckler. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord your refuge, the Most High your habitation, no evil shall befall you, no scourge come near your tent, for he will give his angels charge of you, to guard you in all your ways. On their hands they will bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the adder, and the young lion and the serpent you will trample underfoot. Because he cleaves to me in love, I will deliver him. I will protect him, because he knows my name. When he calls to me, I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will rescue him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. A psalm, a song for the Sabbath. Amen. Okay. Indeed. Thank you, guys. All right. I gotta go now. I know. Yeah, you're gonna have to look up liberals because that's not me. And this idiot, Jay, here says that being conservative and religious is as bad as being a fascist. Wow. Wow. That's funny. That's hilariously wrong. They all project, man. They accuse us of doing the same things they're doing. In fact, a lot of Democrats are leaving the Democratic Party because you guys are a bunch of tyrannical fascists. Shame on you. Okay. See you guys later. Much love.